The trip is obviously to Phoenix, not to the border, not to Georgia, which is sort of a pressing issue for Democrats, for the president. Have Democrats determined that a visit to Georgia would not help Senator Warnock's re-election bid?
The president actually, and I actually already answered this, and I'll just repeat what I just said, because they were upset about the Inflation Reduction Act, which is a historic piece of legislation. It's going to lower costs for American families. That's what they were upset about. And, you know, that red wave never happened.
Go ahead. Real fast about with Congress considering repealing the COVID vaccine mandate for service members in the NDAA. John Kirby spoke earlier about the president's position, Secretary Austin's position of wanting, obviously, to keep it. So what is the White House prepared to do for that aspect of it? And is the president personally engaging with lawmakers on this?
So, look, when the president met with the Big Four just last week, as you all know, Leader McCarthy raised eliminating the requirement that service members be vaccinated against COVID-19. So clearly they had a conversation, as you asked me about talking to members. The president told him that he would consider it, but also made clear that he wanted to consult with the Pentagon. And since then, as we've all heard, the Secretary of Defense has recommended retaining the mandate. This is nothing new. This is, there's history here. There's precedent.
Of course, it's been a harsh season for respiratory illnesses in children, and there continue to be anecdotal reports that some drugs are in short supply in certain places, like children's Tylenol, ibuprofen, amoxicillin. The supply chain is clearly under duress, and some Americans are struggling to find the drugs they need. What's the administration doing about it, and how big of an issue do you believe it is?
So first, I would refer you to the FDA, who is keeping a close eye on this, and they will share more on any details about supplies as it relates to concerns on drugs, which you're laying out to me, Ben. But what I'll say more broadly on this is, for context, is that drug shortages are not uncommon.
Considering stepping in and working with companies in any way similar to how you all did with the baby formula shortage?
I don't have anything more to share on.
The president, he didn't end up going to Georgia during the campaign for Raphael Warnock. He hasn't been during the runoff election. Why is that?
So look, I need to be careful, the Hatch Act podium, that the president will do anything that he can do for Senator Warnock to be helpful to him. As you all have seen on the president's schedule recently, he's done a high volume of fundraising, attended several political events, including phone banks and unions and with unions and much more. And let's not forget the successes that we have seen, his economic policy successes, as we talk about the bipartisan infrastructure legislation, the Inflation Reduction Act. Those are the things that the president was able to get done